Okay, so that does make sense. One of the casters didn't want to cast because they're in the national team for USA, so that's fair enough. That explains why you're currently watching a solo cast. Hopefully I'll be able to make it as interesting as possible. New Sea Toad's Factory coming in. That's going to be benefiting a lot of the top spots, so hopefully we'll be able to see a few of these top spots get a bit of a break. Obviously as well, it's not a track where the shock is too hard to get, and given it's trolling, it also means that there's a bit of a straight for people to troll on. We do see Mike and Russo get into the top 2 positions so far. Sean in 3rd has got the opportunity to pull an item and maybe get him out. Looks like someone actually may have been affected by a fib right behind Sean, and Gabbo there may have been the culprit with the fib throw, but regardless, we do see Sean, a renowned time trialer from the United States, in 3rd place, doing that skip rather well. We do actually see Varese connecting with one of the Latin America members, and that's Lugia. He's going to be attempting to connect with Sean. Doesn't manage just yet. Yes, he does. There we go. And we will be seeing Sean have an unfortunate trip on one of those backwards conveyors. Obviously, if you get hit there, you can lose a bit more time because you can't really accelerate as quick. And these triple shrooms might be able to benefit. We do actually see 2 members of the United States going down to a bomb. So Iberoamerica in a lot of these higher spots so far, from what I can tell. Yeah, Gabbo, Russo, TK being the American up there, but I think he's up there in... Oh, okay, he's up there in 3rd now. He might have been up there in a higher spot before, but definitely not now. And Lugia is going to be trying to get him. Got to watch out for that. I think he's actually managed, and he's managed Sean. That is a fantastic bit of trolling there from Lugia, and that'll allow some of the Iberoamerica lower spots to catch up a bit more to these mid spots from the USA. Triple Shroom's going to be good for Sean if he can hold on to them, if there's no last minute shock or anything coming in. Lugia as well could do some damage if he's able to connect. I think there may have... No, I don't think any connection did happen there. And the USA getting a lot of the mid spots. They have the chance of holding on to quite an even race, but don't think they're going to be claiming too big of a win on that because of the top 2. We'll very quickly await the scores for that, but we'll have to see what we can do once we do get the scores. Okay, so that's not the worst of races for Iberoamerica, if I'm honest, given that they obviously are not the favourites to win this. I'll very quickly double check my numbers in a calculator, but I've got 42 to 31 in favour of Iberoamerica coming in as the score after race 1. Obviously, the bigger the win, the better for Iberoamerica. That plus 11 is going to be a good start for them to risk USA getting out of their spot, but LTA have to win this war by a significant margin, over 100. So not sure what we'll be seeing. Few people making comments on Lugia's trolling really doing well for them. We'll have a look at Brawley as we do get to BC Wee though, and looks like he's had a few frame drops, but we'll stick with him for at least one race so that he gets a bit of coverage. We do see that thundercloud coming in for him. We'll probably have to stick with Sean for the majority of the rest of the war, obviously, because of the frame drops we're seeing, but we do see Brawley with a star. Actually, I think we can probably skip to Sean, and okay, yeah, we'll skip to Sean and see what happens. We know that Brawley ends up with a star after about 20 seconds of the race, but unfortunately he is dropping so many frames that it's quite hard to tell what's happening. Regardless, we see Gabbo getting back into a bit of a lead, but Sean Berry, obviously, again, a renowned time trialer, has the opportunity to outline a few of these Iberoamerica players, and I think that's what he's trying to do here. He's got to watch out for Lugia, and that he does do. Gabbo has this fib in first, though. He could backspam. Looks like Sean was predicting it. Decided to go a bit wide. Obviously, a lot of the people would have gone onto that bit of wire fencing, but he's off. And he's been bumped off by, I believe, his own team. We'll have to see what will happen as he does do this final turn of the first lap. We've got 789 coming in from the United States of America. And Iberoamerica clearly in a few of the higher spots. But Triple Shrooms could be good for the glitch, or he's going to be chaining them for a potential dodge. Nope, gets more, so he might want to chain these for a potential dodge, and that star's going to assist him in getting rid of them, I guess. So he can thank Russo later, I'm sure. Does pull a dodge, though, eventually, so that star should be able to help him out if he isn't... Okay, he's just going to be using it early, so maybe he was looking to just take the glitch. Does fail, though, so unfortunately for him, he's still going to be in 9th place, now 8th, as he uses golden round the stairs, hoping to get a chain at this next set. Will be able to get the box there. And going to be a single red. Single red could either backspam or throw it forwards. If I was him, I'd just hold it out and see if I can get a better item while I'm holding it out as my protection. But I guess he is about to do that. Yep, he's done that there. And his items are blue. Can't... Oh, he does actually throw it. So Iberoamerica were first. Acme there for Iberoamerica in... the bullet bill, so they might not have the shock, given that they would clearly have used it there. But Iberoamerica in a lot of these higher spots, it's going to be down to Sean Berry's ability to do this glitch that he doesn't opt to do. Actually, he's going to be playing it safe. The bill, oh no, that's not a bill, that is a dodge coming in though, and the star does come up for Hawk, so looks to me as if the USA will be able to get a few of these higher spots. Not sure who first belongs to at the moment, but Wraith is going to have to try trolling Mike. Doesn't connect there either. Broly getting 4th. So again, one of these kind of middle spot races for both teams. Not a huge win, but I guess we'll see the final results, because for all we know, first might have been the US, which would have obviously made it a bigger win. The thing is as well, these two teams do know how to fight back. They've been behind and they've been fighting for their spots in wars prior to this one. And yep, I believe that will be a bit of trouble for Iberoamerica, as we do see them lose that one 26 to 47 actually. I must have misread who was first place, but that leaves the scores 68 to 78 with the Iberoamerica side down 10. So basically what's happened there is the USA have been able to get a few spots running, and they've managed to dodge Hawk up, get into another one of those higher spots, and get Iberoamerica's few higher spots down enough where the point shift helps USA significantly. Obviously though, 10 races to go. Iberoamerica still have huge chances to win by their large numbers, but few people saying that Y is the closer group. I'd probably agree, but this has definitely been very close group still. Obviously we've known that some of these teams are stronger than others, but there's still been a few upsets. Obviously Iberoamerica beating France was quite the upset. France obviously aren't through. They are being eliminated in what looks to be 4th place of the 5 in the group. Australia in the 5th spot for definite with their 4 losses. But top 3 is still all to play for, and even if you don't go through, finishing in 3rd is obviously not the worst. This is quite a prestigious event for the community, so obviously finishing 3rd in any other past year would have got you through. Let's remind ourselves that, because we originally had it so top 3 of 5 would qualify, but we moved it down to top 2 just to make it easier. We do actually see Sean there. Seems to be having a bit of trouble, but does lose that mega by being hit off, and he's got to watch out for his own team there. Killua in that star in front of him Does pull these triple shrooms though, so shouldn't be doing too much with them. No, does chain them for more triple shrooms. Got to watch out for Lugia with the Mega. Okay, not too sure about that. I think Sean definitely attempted to get past Lugia and has managed to successfully do so. Lugia still has the opportunity to troll on that final little mesh section though, and obviously that is a strong position to troll because of the respawn. For those who don't know or who haven't played Mario Kart for some time, the respawn on that section, if you do get respawned early enough, gives you a bad respawn. It respawns you back. So if Lugia can get a few of those spots out, that could definitely lose a few seconds for the USA members he can hit. So got to watch out for what Lugia can do. Sean, with this single shroom in 8th place though, does get a chain. It's going to be a blooper. Not the ideal item for him, obviously, but does get another box. The other box is going to be a blue shell. So the USA, if they are in first, will have to have Sean hold it. It's all he can do. So, nope, looks like Iberoamerica have got into first in a safe spot. So that's been thrown forwards. We do see Sean with 3 shrooms though. And actually gets back-redded. So he's got to be using one of those shrooms. Uses another. Loses the other to a POW. I mean, some would have probably tried using that shroom there. So I guess some will definitely question whether or not he should have. But he's definitely had to use a star after Killua bumps him. And no shock. Yes, shock there. Shock coming in. And USA quite a bit behind those spots. But definitely chances to catch up to some of the Iberoamericas. We see Russo getting potentially stopped there. Nope, doesn't manage. But that POW shouldn't do enough to get... Nope, shouldn't do enough to get Sean out. So we know that Russo got potentially 9th place there. We'll have to see what happened near the front. We know that a lot of the Americans were in the middle. But what about the South Americans as we look at Iberoamerica's spots? And yeah, that's going to be top 2, 4, 9. Okay, so apologies for some weird reason. I had a bit of a coughing fit there for a moment, but that race, as you could see on the numbers, was a 41 to 32. So definitely been able to put Iberoamerica a lot closer to USA. Obviously, they were only down 10 to begin with, so not the biggest of deficits. And now 1 point is definitely not the biggest of deficits. But having a look at the stream chat, quite a few people cheering LTA on. We'll yeah, the layout is one that we've been given for this weekend. For those who are questioning why we've got the names in that order, we'll definitely listen to the feedback and change the layouts that we've got once we do have a chance. But obviously, given that we've started using them, it's to the point where we'll probably look at making the changes for maybe tomorrow. So Sean getting a Thundercloud. Grumble Volcano. This track, obviously, quite a shortcut base track sometimes. We do see, I believe, Broly being the victim of that that Thundercloud. Sean has the potential to take this shortcut, but looks like Mike did try getting a red off on him. Doesn't manage, though. And that respawn is going to be beneficial for people that aren't too aware. The respawn, as you have seen, is a moment where you kind of shroom off and go to try hit the wall. What happens is you trigger one of the checkpoints that allows you to respawn that far forward. Saves quite a few seconds if you can make it, but obviously it's one of the bigger target shock spots for Grumble. So Sean did have a very good time on this track, and definitely one of the top 10 for his region at least. But we'll see what he can do. First place, got to watch out for Lugia. That shock is going to be coming in though. Lugia has the opportunity to troll. Not going to be connecting with Sean this time around. And USA in a lot of the top spots. I believe they must have been the ones to dodge in the respawn. That's what that shock was happening for. So, see Matt behind Sean. Do see Lugia ahead though. Lugia, another Bill, unfortunate for him. For those who don't know, Bill's not the kind of item you want. You normally consider that quite an unlucky item for trolls, because obviously you get one shot. You don't. It's not like a star or a golden or anything where you can just kind of hover around. You can use it once, and if you don't succeed, then you're a bit stuck. But due to the respawns being taken, Sean obviously gets a lower placed box than he should do, and that does enable him to get that single shroom to get away from Lugia on the line. I don't think Lugia connected with too many people, but regardless, a very good race for Sean, as his one respawn was enough to do a lot of the magic for his first place. Somewhat to be expected when you do get a break and you're someone with a very strong time on the track. Especially these kind of tracks that you can potentially run, and especially when you've got the shock. But 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, not going to be the worst for Iberoamerica, but that is going to put them down again to a 140 to 152. So that race, for people that didn't know, was a 31 to 42 in favour of the United States. We'll very quickly await the scores there, as we do see. Very close, actually. The top and bottom runners only separated by 11 points. But we'll have a very quick look at the chat in between. And apparently some people are stuck in the adverts. Not actually sure what's happened to adverts, but I'm not sure we're the ones setting them, if I'm honest. Regardless, okay, a few people saying about who to cheer for, but LTA didn't win race, it doesn't count. That is a shame, but yeah, we'll be starting again. Again, if USA lose this, they do actually finish second in the group according to what I've been told, so definitely lots at stake for them. Even if Iberoamerica don't make it through, I think we can all say they've had a brave run. And 301 in the groups and not making it through would be really, really unheard of, if I'm honest. I'm sure that might actually make calls for, in the next year, the top 3 to qualify again, but I'm sure we'll review that at further points depending on how close we believe the community is at that time. Moonview Highway, though, going to be benefiting the majority of the top spots. For people that don't know, if you have one of the higher spots and you can get a break, you can normally hold the break, because a lot of people make mistakes behind you, and while they're making mistakes, they're in effect slowing down the people that are near them because of all the obstacles on the track. So we're going to be seeing Sean attempt to get past Mike. If Mike fails around this turn, that would be a great time for Sean. Looks like Sean does have slightly better opportunities to outline, but not significant. And actually looks like both of them get sniped, so their lead has gone down a little bit. We do see a lot of other people close to them, so doesn't look like there's going to be a huge break for either team, at least going after lap 1. Mike does take the right box to prevent Sean getting something, though, and Sean's got to watch out for all these bomb cars. There will be a bomb there, yep, and a truck. Mike does manage to avoid those, does go tight enough. That's kind of the main choke points are there and this upcoming turn where you might see Mike. No, he won't be connecting with the blue car, neither will Sean. They do get past in time. That yellow car doesn't trick them either, but does force Mike to go a bit wider than planned, and Sean does get into first with a bit of a break now. He's got to watch out for the vehicle that is going to be coming there, and that vehicle as well he does avoid, and that one. But the kind of well-known thing that catches people out is called bomb car truck, and that will be something you'll see but won't actually get affected by. Oh, the truck does actually catch him though. It's not bomb car truck, that's bomb car truck there. At the about 148 mark, the bomb car comes around the turn, and that is what normally causes the damage. But Iberoamerica gets in a first place off Russo. Not sure Wraith's going to be able to do enough, no. But we do see that attempt to hit a bomb car. Not sure if that was successful or not, but regardless, Sean got second. Not sure about the other spots. Iberoamerica obviously getting first off Russo, who did very, very well to benefit off of Sean's failures there. But, yeah, that is a case of just making sure you know the pattern. A lot of these players obviously do know the patterns, but Sean must have been caught out. I think he thought he was closer to the bomb car truck as opposed to the prior truck that he hit, but regardless, Iberoamerica still losing that very slightly by 3 points, so 175 to 190 going to be the scores after 5 races. We'll have a very quick look again at the stream chat while we wait a bit. Will Russo 60 this time? Not too sure, but there we go. And a few people saying, where's other casters? For people that don't know, we did intend to have a few other casters. It was just a case of I tagged a few who didn't respond. Obviously, because it's at midnight for people in the UK, a lot of the UK casters were unable to really help. And a few of the Americans are in Team USA, so they can't particularly help. But regardless, we will be seeing a battle between N64, Bowser's Castle, and Dry Ruins. Bowser's Castle, a track where Russo did once have a record on for a significant amount of time, I believe, but I'm not sure if he still has it. My brain kind of goes really fuzzy when it comes to time trials at points because of how quick some get beaten and how long some stay, but Dry is going to be the choice. It's going to be benefiting a few of the mid spots if they can get shrooms, but Sean fails the sand hop actually. That's really interesting. He is the kind of person that probably shouldn't be failing the sand hop, but I guess you could say that about a lot of these people here. They've all played in Division 1 and they all still do, I believe. I think Lugia may be one of the odd ones out. Brawley plays in D2, but I don't think too many of them play below at least D3. Regardless, we do see Sean there with a banana. Going to be attempting to use it as protection. People trying to snipe Sean. Really good efforts, but obviously because of the speedy ad off there, he didn't run into it. He got a bit of a boost, but do see TK in front of him. He seemed to have been able to take some shortcuts there. Regardless, Sean, 4th place, has a shroom. Going to be dropping that banana almost immediately. So he wanted to trap that pillar. For people that don't know, those pillars have really weird really weird physics. So physics at points can send you flying. So maybe he was hoping that someone had hit it and be forced into a pillar that gives them really poor physics. Regardless, he'll be trying to take this. Might be able to dodge the red. Does actually manage. So definitely a good attempt of a shroom there from Sean. Won't be seeing him go in for that sand hop. That would have been too. That would have been an entry too wide anyway. I think he would have probably failed even if he did try. But shock does come in. Not sure who's going to be dodging up just yet. Sean's looking back. I think Killua is there. But Acme from Gabo are going to be the Iberoamericans to attempt to come up. We do see Akmeef. We have seen Lugia, though. Lugia, obviously the troll for Iberoamerica, has the chance to cause the damage. What can he do on this final turn? He does get a box, so that's going to be worrying for a few. I do believe Russo gets trolled, though, so Iberoamerica losing out on one of their higher spots. We'll have to wait a bit for the results of race 6 here. Dry ruins, but regardless, we will hopefully see what happened. Okay, so Akmeef got second, but unfortunately Iberoamerica unable to do much about the great troll on the final turn for Russo getting hit down, but 203 to 235 the score. Obviously, again, these teams both know how to come back. USA may have been pulling the last 2 races, or the last 2 or 3 races actually, but obviously Iberoamerica still in with a huge chance to come back. We'll have a very quick look at the stream chat. Okay, so yeah, okay. Apparently Russo does still have the record. Good. Obviously we'll see what can happen, but convenient golden. Oh, that's a very mean comment. MK board sucks. We'll have to view that at another point, but N64 Bowser's Castle coming in. This time, though, it's for the USA. So Russo not in a spot where he can run it particularly, or he can at least hope. Obviously mirror GP though, so not 150 only. That's definitely something we can look at. Obviously, for people that don't know, there is an opportunity to set the GPs to be 150cc only, the engine class. Not opted to be done in this match for reasons unknown to me at the moment. I'm sure I'll check the chat and they might have posted the reason. But we do see Sean attempt to get a box. Does get a star, which is going to be able to get past a few people. And the 2 trolls have then gone back. Sean has to use that star very quickly, though, as he does get past that thundercloud. Going to be seeing him have to try slow-owning. Nope, he instead is the victim of slow-owns. And he lands on a green. Obviously, invincibility will be saving him there, but he tries to slow-own. He gets rewarded by being bumped off. That golden, though, could be okay. Obviously going to be using it to try getting another item for the next set, but as it's a straight here, it does enable him to catch up quite well. Triple shrooms. Again, good potential items there, but not too sure what triple shrooms are going to be able to do. Maybe use 1 or 2 here. Yeah, he's going to be chaining. And his chain gets him a star, so he could dodge if the USA have got the shock. Witnessing the trolling, it looks as if Lugia is just hovering around the pack and Veraith is a bit further away. You can see him on that first turn of the track, so that drop pow might force a shock. Doesn't look like that's actually going to be the case, so clearly if they did have the shock, they opted that wasn't useful to only dodge Sean. Might have been too early, but Sean does get to take the shortcut, does get a bit bumped afterwards, has to watch out for Lugia. Red will be connecting with Hawk, so Sean in second. Obvious position for Lugia to try trolling, but don't think Lugia has yet pulled the correct items to be trolling, and he has been hit by a banana, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, that's Lugia, and he has been able to get in front of Sean. Whether or not he can pull an item in time to hit Sean is unknown to us so far. He's trying to bump Sean off, doesn't manage at that bridge. And Lugia is going to be right behind Sean, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think. Nope. Although Sean himself fails. That is going to be devastating. That blue, though, does kill a few of the spots for LTA. Not going to be significant kills. Only 1 or 2 spots for each of the members, but every spot counts for them. Let's see what that does as we await the final scores of that race. But let's have a quick look at how many viewers we've got. We've got 102 viewers, so unfortunately that is going to only be a 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. Actually, that's not a bad race for LTA, but definitely could have been a lot better if they didn't get blued there. So that is a 41 to 32, leaving the scores at 244 to 267 in favour of the United States, as you can see on the screen now. As we are going into the 8th race, if you think LTA can come back, feel free to type hashtag LTA win in the chat. Otherwise, hashtag USA win. Feel free to post that if you think that the USA are going to be able to hold on. Both teams have been putting up a very strong fight so far. Lugia's trolls have definitely not been missed, if you know what I mean. Well, that means the wrong thing. They've definitely not been missed in our eyes, at least. We can definitely see the effects that they've been doing. Obviously, for both teams, this match vital, as I've said before. So, actually quite interesting. One of the USA members has picked Coconut Mall, which all of the Iberoamericans want. So, Cooper Cape is going to be a choice, though. So, the majority USA pick did get the vote. Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting one. Cooper Cape. We're going to be seeing a lot of potential trolls in the pipe, and just after the pipe on maybe the waterfall, but that's the main kind of spot I would personally opt for. Obviously, different baggers and different trolls have their own strats on certain tracks, and they may just be personal strats for preference, or for ease of use, or for it's what they know how to do best. But we'll have to see what each bagger wants to do on this. We do see Mike slowing down. Everyone seemed to slow down there. Not actually sure what happened. It seemed like everyone bumped each other or something, but Sean was able to get in a second off that, or actually he was able to get to third, but Akmeef did fail to get Sean there, and Sean in second now. Killua takes the shortcut, so USA in 2, 3, potentially 4 behind Sean. I think that's Matt, but Russo still in first. Nope, not going to be going for that fib snipe. I was going to say might have been a bit of a risky attempt, but and does get bumped into the off-road. Obviously, bumped into the off-road at that point, and then the shock and everything. Not ideal, but he has been able to hold on quite well. 6th place right now. Has the opportunity to get a box. Triple Shroom's going to be the case, so we'll have to find out what he can do. USA in 4, 5, 6 from what we can see. Not sure about their higher spots. We are going to be seeing on the minimap, though, Lugia attempting to troll a few of those people near the front. So potentially good race for USA at the moment. Few people actually seem to fail the waterfall, though. Very weird, but seeing a few failures there, I think, as Sean did get past a few. But regardless, we do see one Mega coming out. That's probably not going to be enough to signify a shock particularly, so definitely going to be seeing Sean still in 4th. Might get a box. Should be Shrooms maybe? No, the POW, so has to watch out. Doesn't want to kill his own team, which I think are the majority of spots above him, especially with Killua now getting past, but does use it there. Trying to get people into boxes maybe. Russo nearly was able to get a target or a POW red off, but didn't manage. I mean, that POW red would have been great, but we are going to be seeing Sean's attempt of a waterfall. Does manage. So the USA getting top 3 on our screens. Not a good race for Iberoamerica. This could be the race to pull away. We'll have to see what the screen wants to say about the final results there. Obviously, could have been a bit of lag involved. Very close final pack at least, so nothing's confirmed until we see what the results want. I'll have to very quickly await. Yep, they did manage to hold on to their spots there. No lag involved. And that is actually going to be very unfortunate for Iberoamerica. They lose that race 24-49. That is going to be breaking them, or that's going to be breaking the American team away by quite a significant amount. If I can do my maths, that's 48. My voice clearly can't do the maths, as it has a bit of a voice crack. I do apologise about that kind of stuff, but regardless, we'll have a very quick look at the chat. King Acme won't be happy. Oh no. But few people saying that Russo and Mike are the people doing the majority of the work against this team. I'm not too sure I'd particularly say that. Obviously, it's always a team effort. There will be times when people carry, but I don't think we've seen huge carries in this. Gabbo apparently getting very unlucky according to people in the chat. So, I mean, let's be honest, Lugia's been doing okay with the trolls. Just unfortunately, you can't really do much damage when most of the top spots are... Oh, it's Coconut Mole. There is no debate about that. That's Coconut Mole coming in for race... Oh dear, that is Coconut Mole coming in for race number 9. Everyone take a bit of a photo. One of the first times on this particular World Cup that we've seen everyone vote the same track at once, but... we'll see what can happen. Coconut Mole. Going to be a track where a few of the mid spots are going to hope to get boxes to maybe get triple shrooms or a golden, take an early break. Not too sure we've got too many people doing that though. No, we haven't actually. We've got 1 or 2, but... Ooh, that's going to be Hawk actually, one of the people to take that kind of thing. And Mike as well with that fib is going to be quite deadly if he can backspam Hawk, which he does manage to. That banana not connecting with Sean particularly, but he's got to watch out still, Sean. Could be backspammed around the next few turns, or even on the... Oh no, Lugia is actually going to be the one to take him out, so... Sean in 5th place now, has the potential to pull shrooms, doesn't manage, gets triple reds. Not ideal with Hawk in front of him, so he's going to have to wait for that. And that bomb will not be connecting with Sean. He's done very well to avoid that bomb, but at this point, he could potentially pull the reds out, but he's going to be trying to schlag with them. Probably a wiser option, given that he does want to prevent LTA getting any more top spots, as opposed to just trying to get himself a better spot. That's something that a lot of people value as well. The whole point of, if you can get a good spot, that's great, but the reality is you need someone to be able to schlag, or else there'll be a lot of Iberoamerica up near the top and only one of you if you've decided to take a bit of an indiv choice. But Sean trying to hit a few of the LTA members, does actually get hit himself there. I should have said schlag, not really hit. He didn't have much of an item, he was holding a shroom, but regardless, shock does come in. Going to be dodging TK, I believe. Lots of people say that players like TK are very good with shock usage and being able to carry items into good enough spots to take advantage of that kind of thing, so seen that happen there. Sean and Matt taking up the 6-7 spots, but Mega coming in for Hawk. So 3 of the USA members are visible on our screens. Russo, though, is there. So TK actually doesn't manage to do too well at the end, and that bump is going to do not wonders at all. Not wonders at all. So Sean, unfortunately, dropping a few spots there. We'll have to see what the final results screen wants to say about the other positions, but definitely been interesting so far this war. I think LTA may have won that, but if they did, it was by a small margin. 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, LTA won that by 7, so going to be bringing the scores back, but with 3 races to go, it's 308 to 349. I'm sure quite a few different nations are going to be on the edges of their seats now. I'm pretty sure it's obvious that Iberoamerica themselves probably can't qualify off this, given they needed to win by about 150. But the UK, this is going to matter for the next 3 races, because if Iberoamerica do come back, UK qualifies in first place for this group. If it doesn't happen, USA qualifies in first. Going to be seeing a Peach Gardens come in from Sean, DK Mountain coming in from the majority of Latin America, so we'll be seeing, I guess a Daisy track is probably the logic behind that, or a track where Daisy can be suited. Peach Gardens obviously a track where if you get some shrooms you can normally do significantly well on it with taking that shortcut once a lap, but DK Mountain is going to be the track pick. We did have a war before earlier today when DK Munter was the fantastic option, but regardless, going into race 10, DK Mountain, USA up by 39. No, USA up by 41. My brain is just at some points not functioning, but regardless, we'll be seeing Sean get into 3rd place. Does get bumped into the wall, has to use that shroom quite quickly, and we do see Killer and Hawk around him, so he can't really do too much, but has the opportunity to potentially get a box at this little ramp section. We will be seeing that ramp right there. He is going to be the one to get the box, and that box is going to award him a mega, so good for him. Fantastic item for him if they pull the shot. The shot would definitely benefit them. With the cannon as well, they could potentially dodge Killua, maybe Hawk if they can get Acmeef out there, and then even if Sean does get... Oh, I think Acmeef has gone. We do see Killer and Hawk ahead. I'm not sure what happened to Acmeef, but looks like stop trolling. One of the fantastic things I said, again, it's great when you've got 1 or 2 people up there, but it's a case of if you're the only one up there, it's no use. So Sean opting to be the team player and try getting a few team kills, or sorry, try getting a few kills to help his team, not a few team kills. That'd be the other way. That'd definitely not benefit Team USA, but Sean doing quite well, has these triple shrooms, does actually clip that wall a bit, so I guess commentator's curse saying he's doing quite well as he hits the wall, but that is actually going to be a failed pow dodge. I don't think we've seen too many failed pow dodges, if I'm honest, during this cup, but that's going to be one of them, and we do see a mega behind him. That's going to be Gabbo, so potentially Gabbo might want to try trolling on the bridge. Killua does go down though, so he got hit. He's off of the bridge. And another mega for Sean. We'll have to see what he can do. Is it going to be a cannon? No, the pack is too mixed for it to be a worthy cannon. And he's going to be in a mega right now. Maybe he's predicting a Latin American. Nope, that is a USA shock, I believe, coming in. And it is going to be down to whether or not Russo can be hit out of first now, which he can be. Sean could hold on to his first quite well. He does actually hit a bit of a back spam. Not sure what we could have there. He does avoid Lugia for now. No, he doesn't. He does get hit by Lugia now. And Iberoamerica in quite a few of those spots, but I can see a few USA members. The bomb, though! That bomb is going to be getting Sean Berry straight off the bridge. And he will be getting a really good respawn, actually. That is unbelievable. He's getting 4th off that. I don't think I've seen such luck. Sean's actually ended up with a better spot off that, I think. That is probably going to be clipped by a few people, but That respawn definitely helped Sean. LTA getting 2-3-5, and unfortunately not much else with that, so 34-39 in favour of the United States. Going to be a 342 to 388 going into race 11. At this point, obviously, the hope that some will have that somehow maybe USA can lose. That's still on, still possible, but unlikely. We'll have a very quick look at the stream chat. We have Strategic Bomb. We have a few people clipping that, actually, so that's definitely a benefit with the hat, but we'll see what happens on the track picks. Sean did pick Peach Gardens again. Looks like a bit of a mix, actually. A lot of people wanting to pick Peach Gardens between the two teams. A DK Jungle Parkway coming in from one of the Iberoamericans, but 2 races left. They have to do something, and it has to happen now. If they lose this race, they've lost the war, basically. Peach Gardens is what we're going to be seeing. We'll have to watch out. Maybe Lugia can work his trolling magic. Maybe this is the stage he's waiting for, with all this tension, all this opportunity. At the same time, obviously, though, they have a tall order to win against the United States. They're only down 46, but with 2 races to go, it looks unlikely. And it will be impossible if they do not do enough this race. With the USA in a lot of the top spots already, it might be even more of a tall order, but depends on what items Hawk has. We do know that Sean has this 1 green, which won't be helping him too much to take the shortcut, but we do know TK is behind them as well, so maybe he has a good item. Do see Sean get the draft off of Hawk, though. Lugia tries to troll, doesn't connect with Sean. I don't think he actually does connect with any of the USA members there. If he did, he connected with someone really late, but TK and Sean still in top 2. Very strong performance so far from TK this race. Sean's got to just hope that he can hold on to his second, as a lot of people are getting backspammed by him. Definitely putting a few good backspams there, but the next turn will be another backspam if he does know that LTA are behind him. Gabo actually is behind him, but he's opting to play it safe, I guess, so probably a good play on his part, actually, in reflection. Not playing greedy. Does hold it just in case something does happen, but he looks like he won't be affected too much by people taking that shortcut, unless Broly maybe Golden's past him. I don't think that is going to be the case, though. Pow coming in, and Sean does dodge the Pow. When I say dodge, he doesn't get as affected as you can do. It is going to be down to what Lugia can do here. Lugia is there, and we do see the star. Can he get Sean? Sean slows down a lot, and does get connected anyway, so that's very good for Iberoamerica's few spots, but that shot coming in does kind of seal the deal that a few of America may have... Oh no! No, Iberoamerica have got a few of those spots, actually, and I don't think it's going to be enough, but definitely put in a strong fight there. We'll have a look at the stream chat soon, because I think someone may have asked a question, but obviously I can't really check that mid-race when it's a solo cast. But, okay, so Iberoamerica doing okay there, but that isn't going to be enough, and I do think they can be now counted out of the war. Yeah, they lost that by 5, meaning that the USA have won the war. 376 to 427 going to be the score after 11. Let's have a very quick thing. This is going to be trolling for people that aren't too sure, but the UK's point difference before this match was quite significant because of the Australia well, I would say the Australia trolling, but it was a trolling match. So the Australia penalty effort, yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be fulfilling certain nicking age request. He's not getting called that name on stream or off stream for people that want to try putting words in my mouth. Regardless, we'll be seeing the final race through. It's DK Summit, so USA pick there. Not sure if they know if they've. I'm not sure they know if they've completely won yet, but I know they have. I think we all know statistically they can't lose. Anyway, Sean gets into third place. Gabbo does get past him though, and takes the box. We'll have to see what Sean can do without an item. Has to watch out for his own team's back spam. That red does connect with Killua, so far TK in first, Hawk I believe that is in second. Sean goes down a little bit, not too much. And, oh, that is going to actually be a bomb connection. Does get Broly as well as Sean, though, so whoever threw that has killed both teams, in effect. I think may have got Lugia on the little crevice. It might have been Lugia's bomb, but regardless, he's been caught. And we've got to see what Sean can do with this final shroom. Probably going to be opting to chain it into the cannon. That is going to be the case, and we'll be seeing him pull golden. Quite a strong item, obviously, but on this track you really just use it there to cut a few bits of snow off, like that bit of snow. And then you get to this moguls part, using the fancy term that I think is right, mogul. But going to be seeing him try the double, does make it. Looks a bit sketchy from the first bit, but he does make it, so Pal is in possession of Sean. Might just get people into the cannon at this point so that he can get a chain. You don't know. Not going to be the case, actually. That's interesting, I guess, because USA... Well, USA have got quite a break, actually, if that is them in first. That's the funky near the single shortcut. Not sure they should be risking the double. No, they're just going single. No, they're going double! Okay, so first does have quite the break. Well done to first place for this race. Shot comes in though, and that is going to be dodging one or two people. Who's caught out? I think USA may have shot there, but Latin America, or Iberoamerica, sorry, were in possession of a lot of the stars. Don't think they were able to get too many of them off the ground though. Sean does do the final turn better than at least one of the Iberoamericans, and he will be getting fourth place on our screens for his troubles. We'll have to see what that can do for the point difference. Obviously, USA needed a significant point difference to beat the UK. I don't think that was really a reachable goal. But I think USA will be finishing first in the group regardless. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11. Going to be leaving the score 32 to 41 for that race, so very good effort, but unfortunately not enough from Iberoamerica. We do see the final score coming in at 408 to 468, so a great attempt from both teams. I'll have a quick wait for that result screen to play out, and then we'll have a quick look at the chat. We'll try summarising, we'll get a bit of feedback actually, I guess. But yeah, so